Alright, hello everybody, this is Demon coming back for another round of Final Fantasy XIV. So remember the last episode, luckily, we actually ended it arriving in Emerald, the wonderful Ascian city and perhaps the very capital of the civilization. We've learned several things, aka, pretty much learned them itself to pretty much relive this city. Pretty much built it back from the ground up through his ability to manipulate ether and reset it to the days where him, along with several others, aka him, La Habrea, and more importantly Elidibus, were all getting together to try to find some way to stop the final days, or this great calamity that was about to siege down the Ascian Empire, or aka the Ascian civilization as a whole. And unfortunately, we learned is that the Ascians lived so many years later, and there's not very many left, so obviously they failed. But it looks like Emmett Selch wants the story to be told. He wants people to see the history that him and his people went through as a result of this entire endeavor. Pretty interesting stuff, if I say so myself. Really love this game, really like the fact that they go this far into the damn story. It makes it fun. Makes you quite curious about what's going on in this world. Alrighty. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. This is the Aetheryte. Many of you may have been wondering. Hey Demon, when you went to look at this, how come the Undo cups were what was this? That was that. Aetheryte right here. Today's angle. Why did it say it costs 170 credit to do that? That's off by a little bit. But let's go see our friends here. Look at that, administrative clerk. I love clerks. I hate being in business. I hate freaking offices. Business red. Yes, I can assist you. Full name, please. My name's Zhed. Please wait near the counter while I confirm your details. Okay. Please stand here and wait patiently. Why are there no seats here? I want a chair. I'm lazy. Zhed, your application ready for collection. Why take that long? As your residency was approved by Emmett Selch himself, further forms of identification will not be required. Here are your application documents. Submit them at the Bureau of Secretariat, and the clerk will issue you with a visitor's writ for the capital. Neat. Emmett felt so nice. He let me get in here nice and quick. I'll never fully comprehend why he gives you access to all this stuff. I guess he just has really high hopes for your character. There he's weird. Both. Both? Both. Can't use that. Although I don't actually remember the dungeon and the one raid for this. I'm gonna have to watch videos on that. I don't remember them. My memory's bad. I haven't done neither of those two missions in a very long time. Like, I am 100% serious. The last time I played this was I started playing this again September? Yeah, I might want to say September. Actually, wait a minute. The easiest way to probably test is that. Class titles. Does it tell you when you earn these? Oops, let me go. Actually, I am quite curious. Is it for the completed section? Nah, I doubt it would tell you. It actually made me quite curious. I was wondering if there's a way to look that up. Yeah, actually really cool. I don't know why there's a bunch of black blobs everywhere. They creep me out. They're weird. I don't want to deal with them. How's the Secretariat office? Jesus. Look how far this is. Many are like, Demon, if it's so far, why don't you fly? Because it's not fun. Always run through the first area. You fly later when you've already went through here. You got to look at everything. I do like the blue water up above. That looks really cool. Actually looks really neat. I actually wish I could see that a lot more often. It's a really nice color. It's like a simulated sky. That or it's like the sun has just started to go down. It's like a nice, like darkly lit sky. Beautiful game, beautiful game. Yep. too far away. Yeah, you gotta get really close. Next, please. I have a writ application. Visiting capital are we? Please take a seat. Your name will be called once your application is. Oh god, been processed. I have to sit all the way up here. Watch this. Look how tiny my character is. Everybody's huge. Oh no, not this again. Oh no. Friend, may I? Thanks, you got me out of that stupa. You, I think, are from a time beyond ours. You followed in the wake of Emmett Selch. This one's weird, I like him. Nay, there is no cause for alarm. I am simply a shade, here and not here. I know only that my name is Thylidus, that this city is a recreation, a phantom moment plucked from the well of history. This one's smart, I like him. These others seem unaware of their pale existence, but I wonder if Emmett Selch's mind was distracted when it came to my reconstitution. A stray thought would have been enough. A Thylidus will realize the truth, for example. We were close friends once, you see. Yet in spite of my perception, I played the same role as all the rest, a bit part, meant to bring color and noise to this well-crafted stage. Too much scrutiny, and we shall burst like the fragile bubbles we are. Thus I tell you again, my presence is not to concern you. I wish only to share your company whilst we wait. Oh, so he's only here to wait with us. But it's strange because he can have a conversation. If you come this far, then you know the catastrophe which awaits us on our morrow. Yeah, y'all died. The final days. What began as isolated incidents soon swelled into a worldwide spanning threat. The Convocation of 14, well, it was 13 at the time, endeavored to create a will for our star that would repair the fundamental laws of order and halt the spread of destruction. But creation on such a scale required an immense source of power. Of those of us who still lived, nearly half offered up their lives in the name of salvation. And from their sacrifice, Zodiac was born. Just as we had hoped, he reached forth and halted the march of oblivion. Yet, oh, how the star had suffered. So many species lost. The land was blighted, the waters poisoned, even the wind had ceased to blow. Once more did our people give themselves to Zodiac. Another half of our race sacrificed to cleanse the world, to ensure the trees and grasses and myriad tiny lives would sprout and grow and flourish. The cycle of life had begun anew, and we can reconsider the means by which we might protect it. The convocation decided thus: we would nurture our world until it was bursting with vitality. Then, when the time was right, we would offer some portion of its living energy to Zodiac. In return, he would restore to us those brethren whose souls had fed his strength, and together we would resume our role as stewards. There were, however, those who disagreed with this plan. They argued that enough had been sacrificed to Zodiac, that his new world should belong to the lives newly born. These dissidents surrendered their life energies in the creation of Hydaelyn, an incarnation of their opposing beliefs, and for the first time in history our people stood divided. Know you then how this conflict ended. I thought you might. Emmett Selch has ever been a champion for the will of Zodiac. The original plan may have been set back by millennia, but he will not have abandoned his course. He will pay the price for our return by whatever means is necessary. And though he may carry himself with a certain glib ease, Emmett Selch is not a man to bear his burdens lightly. In fact, I imagine they have only grown heavier with every passing century. Tis truly a terrible weight he has chosen to carry. Hydaelyn Zhed. It seems your turn has come. Pray do not let me keep you. Ah, there's one last thing. You walk with another at your side, yes? Wait, what? Is he Albert? Nay, I see no definite form, just the faintest suggestion of a second soul. I doubt it would be visible to anyone but me. Otherwise, I assume only you can see and hear this ethereal companion? Your connection is hardly coincidence. In our time, the two of you were one. The color of your souls tells the tale. Wait, what? A hue that distinctive cannot be mistaken, no matter how thin the soul is spread. this is just the kind of fate I might expect for one such as she. Surely Em itself just recognized a hint of her in you. Hydaelyn Zhed. Fare you well, my new old friend. May you find what it is you seek. He's gone. Wow. Interesting. That is my favorite discussion in this entire game. Veda's writ is requested. When you wish to gain admittance to the capital, simply present the document to the attendant within. So, as I sat there and said before, interesting, I love Shadowbringers. That is... I could sit there in that conversation and watch it multiple times just to, like, get on every word. It's that good. My god, I'm running back. We have a huge discussion on this one. So, you get an idea of what went on. They sacrificed half their people, brought in Zodiark. Again, the land was utterly destroyed, there was nothing to revive it. You sacrificed another half of your people to bring life back. And that is where the separation between the two people in Ascian culture began. One half wanted to, the surviving group split up into another half. Half wanted to continue bleeding the land up, sacrifice some of the energy to Zodiark in hopes of bringing back their people. Another portion said, we've sacrificed enough, we cannot continue to do this. The people we have allowed to spring up, probably our people, who eventually get broken up into shards, were the ones they decided that we can no longer be held responsible for this land. We have destroyed it too much, and now we gotta let a new people take over. And because they no longer wanted to sacrifice anything, they put all their soul, their love, their energy into Hydaelyn, who, instead of being like Zodiark and wanting more power, she wanted to keep those who were the new generation, the ones that those Ascians who sacrificed themselves, keep them alive and let them take on the burden of the new stewards. Pretty interesting stuff. But then I also like the connection with Oddbrook because it gives you a better idea as to why he's here. You and him share a similar hue in terms of the soul. At the same time, Amuro, Seto also noticed it, so it gives you a hint. There's a deeper connection between the two of you than originally realized. I love that other Ascian. They're amazing. I love that entire story. Love everything they say, and that it's amazing. Charlotte and I have just returned from an institution of the locals called the Academia Ando. Well, from its public offices at least. We thought an Ascian place of learning the ideal spot to research a condition, but it seems we lack the credentials to enter the Academia proper. That sounds about right. Good to hear. Everyone seems to be present and accounted for. Master Thancred can be best describe our chances for infiltrating the capital. I only hope thine efforts to secure permissions were successful. Finally, we're gone so long I was on the verge of mounting a rescue party. How fare you in your bureaucratic ventures? I have a visitor's writ. I see my instincts were correct. A good thing too, Eorzean and I weighed our chances of breaking into the capital, and an official entrance is by far the more attractive option. The capital boasts not a single armed sentry. It would seem that in their time they did not deem it needful to post guards. The windows doors, however, appear heavily warded. Though mightily did we strive, with strength mundane and magical, we failed to budge them even a fraction of one im. Mayhap 'twas simply the case that Emmett Selch's recreation did not extend to their usual function. We didn't try everything, of course, but we thought it was best to conserve our time and energy for more pressing matters. Speaking of which, Reen and I tried asking about a cure for you. The problem is that these ancients didn't exist beyond Emeralds today. They will happily tell their own tales, but whenever we attempted to explain our situation, the conversation quickly became muddled. One of you, Hydaelyn, was worthy of interest said during your efforts to obtain a writ. I met a friendly Ascian, and they were nice and kind to me. He gave me a chocolate bar. Oh, that's good milk. Great sacrifice of life in exchange for the brethren's resurrection, and you say all the Ascian scheming has been leading to this? All this time, but they still mean to enact this plan, and things won't end with the rejoining. Whew. I thought we knew their intentions in full. Restore the world to its former glory, and in turn empower Zodiark to reclaim his throne as the will of the star. Yet that was merely a step along the way. I hesitate to put into words, but we have to assume that following the final rejoining, the Ascians mean to draw on the lives of the Source to make their sacrifice to Zodiarch. This does seem the most likely scenario. Map those who ally with the Ascians would be spared that fate. What value is there surviving when all our history, all our struggles would be erased? I cannot conscience such an act. Of course not. That's not to say of what Emmett Self plans for the Exarch's power. We stand by and let him threaten our future as well as our past. We need him, Hydaelyn, and when we do, make your mark. Change the course of history in a way that's felt by those who came before and those who came after, by everyone you've ever met. Change things so that even my other self, dying somewhere in that future calamity, will smile and say, I knew you would win. Why is the lighting glitching? It's fighting him itself is the only way. He created an entire city. We'll take everything we have to defeat him, if we even can. And if you push that hard in your current state, the light will break free. The decision to press on lies with you, just as it lies with every one of us. There was another word she had there. Let's kick his ass. I mean, what else are we supposed to do? You have two choices. Push yourself and pray the light doesn't break, which it probably more than likely will, as we already see it doing anyway, or do nothing, it still breaks. Rain appears to be brooding over her choices, her faintly trembling hands betraying her mounting trepidation. Nose lost in thought, his eyes downcast. There is, however, no sign of the self-doubt which assailed him in the falling snows. Shall I meet your gaze with strange smile? You seem to recall her wearing the self-same expression when speaking with Lise and Runa. When you glance at your way, expression hesitant, you can see the struggle as he agonizes over the words he wishes to say. Necro stares quietly into the distance. He seems calm and assured. His easy stance one of confidence rather than false bravado. That's guaranteed. Remember that talk we had atop the tower in Mord Sulk? I'm still of the same mind now as I was then. I won't abandon you. You don't abandon me. Together we make a difference in this fight. There's always hope if we look for it. I saw it again and again as you tore those veils of light from the sky. As we keep taking that next step forward, there's a chance we'll find a way to save you. So no matter how long it takes or how much it hurts, you can count on me to keep on walking. Once we spoke of the disaster we would bring upon our own heads, the ceaseless conflict. Imagine how he would sneer to see what's become of the first, not to mention your perilous predicament. Yet who can deny the fire your deeds have ignited in the people's hearts? You achieved what my logic and ideals never could, uniting disparate peoples under the banner of hope and common purpose. Without you, that giant talus would never have raised its head. I have borne witness to many such miracles at your side and would do so again. This is but another obstacle in the road. So come, let us travel it. Drag me through wonder and danger as you are wont to do, and I shall endeavor not to slow you down. So knows if we are to usher Emmett Selch to his rest, we must needs bind his Ascian soul and shatter with the overwhelming force. The formal task requireth foresight, and such have I prepared. Upon the Exarch's asking, no less though 'twas ever mine intent to provide said boon. The future whence our noble friend doth hail is the world fallen to Ascian artifice, and he would not see such grim history repeated. In a sense, Emmett Selch's destruction will be the culmination of the Exarch's efforts. However, for all he hath endured these many years, and even as thou strikest at the jaws of peril, forgot not that this is his fondest wish, and that of many others besides, is to see thee survive until the morrow. 'Tis in pursuit of that happiness of outcomes that I do pledge to the reign at thy side. Jesus, there's a lot of talking. Ugh. Time the First is never-ending succession of trials, as arduous as our path and the source ever was. Yet through all our journeys together, through that deep and foreboding wood, you have helped me to stay true to my convictions. Thus would I return the favor. Do as your heart decrees without hesitation or regret, and all that is to say on the matter. Well, this has put everyone in a solemn mood, hasn't it? Honestly, we're not even sure this will be the end of it. But I suppose we should speak our minds when we have the opportunity. You taught me that much in all my reign. Come in this moment of summon, Hydaelyn. By dragging me into this sorry mess, you've given me the chance to think and act as I should have, for Reen's sakes. Words cannot express how much this has changed my life or how grateful I am for your support. So I shall express my gratitude through action instead. No matter where you decide to go, I will be there, guarding your back. Whew. A lot of talking. When Ophelia entrusted me with her powers, she warned me that no matter how strong you become, you can still fall victim to despair. You can still feel powerless, and she was right. After you collapsed down Mount Gold, my hands wouldn't stop shaking. And if I made a mistake, if I failed to bind the light within you, I was terrified you would die. Even now, you could become moments returning, I wouldn't know how to save you. You, Thancred, the others, you all been there when I needed help, and Ophelia surrendered her life to me, her legacy. I should be ready to do the same for you, and I want to. I do, but I'm not good enough. She told me to follow your example, and I've tried. I've really tried. Appears to cry. Then you shouldn't hang your head. I'm not asking to be saved. Don't hang your head then. Rope hair. Do it. I shouldn't? I'm gonna whoop his ass. What do you think gonna happen? Fate can be cruel, but a smile better suits a hero. We must all keep looking forward like the heroes who never gave up for this world. Fate can be cruel, but a smile better suits a hero. Lord of Hoshafont. I'm not sure Actually, never mind. I think I'll understand better if I try it for myself. No, nothing will come brooding here in self-pity. I've made my decision, Hydaelyn. I'm going with you. Go kick his ass. I got dibs. I got dibs. I get to shove my boot up his ass first. Everybody get out of my way. I got dibs. I'm such an asshole. I just like somebody to come in, because Emmett Selter reminds me of Loki from the Avengers. I'm just like, can we just have a Hulk come in and just beat his ass here for the next 5 minutes? Just 5 minutes. That's all I need. Cheat that bitch out the window. That'd make my day. That'd be hilarious. I can see him getting really pissed off when it happens. Bam, bam, bam. I love comedy. Welcome to the capital. All visitors must present official writ of permission before admittance will be granted. That is my writ of admittance. Bite my mask now. Not considered to be an order, you may proceed into the capital, but any guests you may choose to bring with you must remain in the vicinity at all times. Yay, I have friends. Oh, my knuckles. I felt better.
This really is unacceptable. I gave you very specific instructions. Emmett Selk. My invitation was for an abomination, ripe with the power to bring about the world's annihilation. Not this half-broken thing. Whatever am I to do with you? And I see you insist on keeping the same familiar company. Are you so lost without them?
It is not she who is lost without the familiar. Not content with remaking an entire city, you aim to fill it with the reconstituted souls of the dead.
I may have gotten a little carried away in my attention to detail, added a few unnecessary flourishes. Well, there's no point trying to hide it. Yes. Once the rejoining of worlds is complete, Zodiark will regain his full strength and shatter his prison. Then we shall offer up the Source's remaining inhabitants in sacrifice, that we might resurrect our brethren who died to bring Zodiark into existence.
What about those who die who sacrifice themselves to bring life back to the star?
But what was it that you came here to do exactly?
Kick your ass. Please, I get to say that. Came here for the Exarch, but came here to stop you. I came for the Exarch.
Well, you can't have him. The wisdom that man guards may open up new worlds of possibilities. He has unlocked the secrets of travel across the rift, and through time as well, it would seem. Quite an accomplishment for one of his incomplete nature. I must explore the limits of his capabilities, and harness that power for the Ardor.
Why not just beg him to show you how he does it so you could go back in time and stop the frickin' final days, you dumbass?
Even now, after everything, you refuse to see reason.
My boot your ass.
You think it unfair that you are subject to suffering? That your lives will be sacrificed for the Ancients? Look at me! I have lived 1,000 of your lives. I have broken bread with you, fought with you, grown ill, grown old, sired children, and yes, welcomed death's sweet embrace. For eons have I measured your worth and found you wanting. Too weak and feeble-minded to serve as stewards of any star. Have your recent spats with Vorthri and his Sin Eaters taught you nothing? Have you not learned that your ignorance and frailty beget only endless misery? How long do you mean to perpetuate this farce? How much more must I endure your bumbling interference? Let us imagine that the laws of reality are again undone, and the world faces true annihilation. Do you honestly believe that half your number would sacrifice themselves to save the other? Of course they wouldn't! And if you had witnessed history unfold as I have, you would reach the same conclusion. You cannot be entrusted with our legacy. I will bring back our brethren, our friends, our loved ones. The world belongs to us, and us alone.
Now, Fano, what are you gonna say? Be a smart aleck?
Emmet Selk! We understand, truly, but it makes no difference. The ones you love are in the past, while ours are here in the present. One day, we too will be ashes and dust, but not today. Our time is not yet finished. We share your conviction, and that is why we will not abandon our course.
You think us the same? You think your tattered soul of equal worth to those I lost? Then come. Earn your place. Prove yourselves worthy to inherit this star.
Ooh. that's a fire.
Behold the coming oblivion. 'Twas the end of our era and the beginning of our great work. A fitting backdrop for your final judgment.
Oh, Pog, imagine this is the second story
I
they
shall
give
wait
us.
within, but do not spend too much time on your preparations. There's no telling how much longer the guest of honor will last.
Oh, this would be a great part 2 of the game. Like, I know Endwalker is the last DLC of Hydaelyn and Zodiark, but if they're gonna go for anything, go for this next. We want to do this next. This would be fun. So he just walked through the flames perfectly fine. He's a fireman. I feel better after that. Alright. Well, actually, guys, unfortunately, I do have to end the episode here. Fun stuff, is it not? You guys got to get to jump. Well, actually, no, you guys don't get jump cut. Well, I guess next episode you get 2 jump cuts, because after I finish this dungeon, I gotta do the other dungeon. Fun stuff. So, with that, all I have to say is this: please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. As I said before, we're going to be doing the dungeon here, the Enter Amarot, so that is the dungeon we will be doing. And from what Emmett Selch told us, there's a lot more that we have no idea that went on between the Ascians and the final days. So, that, guys, I'll end it here, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks.